Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Yes, indeed. Holy smokes. I did not do well yesterday. I had started off the day with my hands hurting extra hard, and I was up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, but I didn't feel really bad until after my therapy at 10 o'clock. Hit 10 o'clock and I started to feel like my skin was starting to hurt, and I thought, uh-oh, this may not be allergies. Yeah, and it went from skin hurting to massive fatigue on top, my muscles extra achy, whole body. I was just wiped out by some bug. I don't think I'm mostly over it today. I'm not completely, I'll talk about that. But, of course, first, front loading of the videos. Yay, if you could toss me a like, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. If you could subscribe to the channel if you haven't, that too would be very awesome. If you could leave me a comment, I love comments, it's very cool. And as well, I would like to thank every single one of my Patreon patrons. These beautiful and awesome people are beautiful and awesome, literally. They help to keep me alive, and I appreciate that to no end. So I want to thank these people for helping to keep me and my pets alive. It is very appreciated, a very good thing. Thumbs up. Thank you so very much. If you'd like to become a patron, there is a link in the show more video description, so thumbs up on that. But yeah, hokey smokes, it was just terrible. I was getting just sicker and sicker. I felt horrible. I just wanted to, couldn't sleep because of the way I felt, but I was so tired I couldn't do anything. And not sleepy tired, just fatigue tired. Oh, it was like I had just, run 1,000 miles. After a few hours of getting worse, I did finally pop a couple ibuprofen, and then for the first time that day, had a couple cannabis bowls. I don't know if it was the combo of the two, but I started to, it didn't make me feel better, but it put the brakes on the downward plunge, and I started to plateau at that point. And then one of my housemates gave me one of these, if you have a hangover or you're sick, a rehydrate thing, you put it in water, it's got extra vitamins and stuff. I drank one of those because they'd been really sick as well, probably where I got it, and they'd been drinking those and feeling better. And that just put the brakes on it entirely. I went roof and just hit a flat line. I wasn't getting any better, but I wasn't getting any worse. But oddly enough, when you're feeling bad and you level off, not getting any better feels like you're actually getting better because you're not continuing to get worse. So I actually felt good because I wasn't getting worse. I didn't feel wonderful. My skin still hurt. My muscles still hurt. I had a headache. Oh my God, it was terrible. And then of course I'm out on a walk because I still need to get cat food and such like that. Kitty needs to eat, and there is such a shortage of cat food in town. I gotta go every day, along with getting stuff for me because I just have a backpack and no working vehicle. So I headed out and I started thinking about things that I wanted to buy and things that I wanted to eat, and then I bought, on the way there I was thinking, oh good golly, this one yogurt that I'd just been trying, because it was a new brand of yogurt because prices are up and this one was on sale. Bought that one, didn't really like it because it tasted bland, didn't really have any taste to it. Altogether it was just kind of tasteless that I'd been eating all day, at which point I went, oh my God, that's one of the big things. You lose your sense of smell and your sense of taste. And so, yeah, panic. Because, but then I had to slow down and remember, it is a different brand. It is a different type. They have a different method and different types of fruit. So it's going to taste differently from what I'm used to. And when I got home, I ate some other things and my sense of taste and sense of smell was fine. So it was just the brand of yogurt is kind of tasteless to me, so thumbs up on that. But I went to bed with a massive headache. Oh my God. And I had been planning on doing things. The only things I did yesterday was watch videos, and then after I went for walkies, I came back and started installing a whole bunch of really small Steam games. Really small, usually less than under 100. Yeah, a lot of them were under 100 megabytes, Most of them were under a gigabyte, and those few of them that were over a gigabyte were just barely over a gigabyte. So I added a bunch of those in because some of them are really cool, some of them are not. But that's just what I did. And I sat here, click, click, click after the walkies. Didn't do much. Oh, but going to sleep and trying to stay that way was terrible because I am sick. I could either draw up my blanket because I was freezing, at which point I would have to take the blanket down because I'm sweating, at which point I'd have to bring it up because now I'm freezing. There was no midpoint. It was freeze, freeze, freeze. Okay, now I'm sweating. And no, now I'm freezing. I'm sweating. I was awake a lot because of that. Joy. Still though, I actually feel a little better. My skin does not hurt as much right now anyway, but it was after 10 o'clock yesterday, so hopefully things are going to continue doing good. But my skin barely hurts. I have muscle aches, of course, everything hurts more, but my skin at least is good, and that's nice. And I don't have that massive fatigue, still have a headache, I'm still all wheezy coffee. Not coffee as in drinking coffee, but coughing. So that's fun. I had been planning on doing a bunch yesterday. I need to do reaction videos, but I'm not even going to be able to do those today. I feel better, but I'm not feeling good. That headache, the muscle aches, So hopefully it's just a 24-hour thing, and by the end of the day I'll be feeling a whole lot better. So that'll be good. But past that, if I don't end up feeling better, I'm not going to really be doing much today. I might be able to do something like, record a game video, which would be fun. As I said, I went and installed a whole bunch of older, and when I say older, I mean, like, came out from the 2010s to 2000s stuff. Not ancient, but older stuff. So there's plenty of stuff to do that I really enjoy. Yay. It's just largely though I'm going to be taking it easy because oy vey, I don't feel top notch. Thumbs up for that. Still though, my kitty is doing well, and again, she has to be diabetic because she burns through cat dirt because she slurps water like crazy. She doesn't go outside anymore. She's gotten older and colder and she doesn't move as well, so she stays inside now, which means she doesn't go to the bathroom outside anymore. I put half of a 14-pound container of, I put 7 pounds of cat dirt into her cat dirt box. The next day, I had to remove a larger than a coconut sized chunk of clumped up litter that was like at least a quarter, if not more, of the box. In less than 16 hours, she had drank and eliminated that much water. That doesn't seem healthy, but I really can't afford to take her to the vet because I can't even afford to feed myself all the time. She seems to be doing well, just I feed her lots and lots of water, and I feed her cat food, and I give her tuna still. She's not doing 100% before all this began, but she's doing okay, and that's good. So, thumbs up on that. But I talked a lot with my therapist yesterday as well, a whole bunch of stuff. I talk a lot about my setting, my fiction, what I do in that, and of course I talk about how my subconscious / unconscious / however you want to define this stuff, that's another thing I'll come back to, how I try to work things and symbolism into my fiction and such. And I told him about how Floramew had left me a comment on when I was talking about James Baker / Bakir, and how that helped crystallize everything of what I was trying to do and achieve. I had not fully realized that that was what I was attempting to do until the comment was made, at which point that's when it crystallized and everything about the whole cryptid thing became struggles for identity. That's what I was trying to say. And so we talked about this, that, and the other characters, settings, the destruction, all this, and he actually got halfway excited, not about the story, but there's a therapy method. It's where you, through fiction, through storytelling, rewrite and do things that bother you in your past so you can change the outcome. Sort of what my subconscious is attempting to do with a lot of the things that I'm working on with this setting. So yeah, when I say I can't push my creativity, this is kind of what I mean. The under part of me that I am not in direct contact with is still a part of me and is expressing these things in ways that I can only identify afterward and then try to work with. I can't push that because I don't even know what's happening. So yeah, this whole cryptid part of the inside-outside setting has become quite dear to me. And of course, as I pointed out, and I can't remember if I said this yesterday, when I talk about how Bakir has to eat people, and I talk about, people as just meat animals of the species, you gotta remember, when I say, it's not unethical or immoral for him to eat human beings, that I'm talking outside. There's a step of separation from me as a writer having to be able to do that so I can get into their headset. If you think about it as a human being, and I'm a human being, when I step out of that and into the prey animal mode, it's like, yeah, sure, if I didn't know he had to eat human beings, I would probably think he's a nice guy. I may even become friends with him. But once we find out he has to eat human beings, it's like, let's pop a few rocks in his pail. You got a sword? Let's go kill the bastard. He eats people. We gotta kill him. It's like, just because that's natural doesn't mean you have to roll over and just die. I mentioned that it's survival on the cryptids part if they have to eat human beings. That is survival. But yeah, it's also survival on the prey part to but to ambush and take out the destroyer, the predator. There ain't nothing wrong with that, and it's a good idea. So yeah, on the one hand, I like James Lane Baker. He is struggling and trying to find out who he is, what his place in the world, and where that place in the world is. And it's tearing him apart, because I can't remember if I talked much about this yesterday because I was so sick yesterday. But among the 13th type of cryptids, they are seen as just the most gentle, kind individuals because of the horrible things they have to do to survive. And since your mind is a 13th type of cryptid, is a still human mind put into a near human brain, your mind melts and fits into how that brain works. You're still you with that 5% change. We are a social species, and people who kill frequently have to get therapy and counseling because your personality starts to fall apart after you've done that. Killing takes a terrible toll on a social species like ours. So yeah, most cryptids who manifest as 13th kind don't live all that long. They actually take themselves out, unable to live with themselves for the terrible things they have to do to survive. And yeah, James Lane Baker / Bakir, he's got to eat a lot of people very frequently. And it's tearing him apart. His struggle for identity, who I am, and where is my place in this world. So yeah, it's an uphill struggle to make him a sympathetic, likable character for everyone, because yeah, he eats people. That's horrible. But on the other hand, you gotta do what you do to survive, and he doesn't want to. And the more he has to live in human society, well, yeah, the more that's tearing him apart. Especially since, he has to eat someone within X number of time. When it gets close to that, he's walking through human civilization with people all around, and it's like, hey, these are nice people, I like being around them too. God, she looks delicious. Man, I want to eat that guy. Oh my God, am I hungry. And that's rough. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments, my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments. Anything more than 0 is awesome. Thank you so very much. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count in American Sign Language, well, with my fibro, depression, ADHD, my cannabis use for pain and mobility, sometimes I'm amazed I can remember anything at all, but sometimes it's like I'm amazed at how well I'm doing. We have Jocelyn Williams, thumbs up, thank you very much, and good to see you in the comments. There's Austin Smith, thumbs up. Confused Owl, who has some very good ideas there, thank you very much. Kenneth Van Wettering, thumbs up, and that's a good deal. Ben B, greatly appreciated, and good to see you in the comments. Travis Frost, thumbs up, and thank you. And then we have Gamer, thumbs up, and thank you very much. My cryptid stuff is just my own cryptid stuff, so you won't find anything really about it in real life. But that's 7 people that left me comments in the past 24 hours. Thank you, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only for a short time and only in text. But it is appreciated. Thumbs up. And of course, I always derail myself that way. I don't know what device you're watching this on. I think I found the trail. And so I can't tell you where the video description is, but inside I have various links to things like my Twitter, my Facebook, my Patreon, links to all of my various channels. No, it's Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, well, here, because I've lost my mind again and derailed myself. Again, I wanted to thank each and every one of these beautiful and awesome people because literally they are beautiful and awesome. I appreciate being alive, and I have to eat. My pets have to eat, and these people literally help to keep me alive, and that is appreciated to no end. Thumbs up and thank you. And if you'd like to help me out by becoming a patron, again, there are links in the show more down below. Thumbs up. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, there's a PayPal link. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, there's an Amazon wishlist link with things like cat food on it. If you could check that out, that'd be very cool, very awesome. Of course, do not feel obligated. I don't feel entitled, and if you can't or you don't donate, I take all good wishes, deposit them in the back of my heart where they draw interest. So thumbs up. And of course, if you toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. And if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Thumbs up. Yay! So hopefully, through my illness, I can push through and get some things done, like phone calls or online chats. We shall see. I gotta do something. I called up the hospital, haven't heard back from them, but I don't want my bill to go to collection, so... But please remember to seek creativity, positivity, and balance in your life. Creativity because your brain is literally use it or lose it. Positivity because being negative only hurts yourself and those around you. And balance because bouncing off the extremes of your emotions is not healthy. It may be more boring to be on a level, but that's because you're used to banging off the walls. So thumbs up. These, of course, are not the only foundations of a good life, but they are a good foundation. And of course, with the covfefe bug still a raging, please, if you do not have to go out amongst the unmasked, unvaxxed, largely uneducated, mouth-breathing masses, please don't. If you do have to go out amongst them, wear a mask as best you can, social distance as best you can, try not to touch your face, wash your hands as often as possible, get vaxxed if you haven't, and if you can. There are some people who for medical reasons cannot do so, but that's a very, very small number. And if it's available to you, get a booster, please. Hokey smokes. Hokey smokes. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and quite frankly, I think that's a very good thing.